We welcome you all to the validatory session. Let us start our validatory session with a prayer song. Kindly raise for the prayer song. Instead of the prayer, we'll observe 2 minutes of silence.
எத்திசையும் புகழ்
I now request Professor Kartika S., Department of Management Studies, to introduce the chief guest.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. I heartily welcome our chief guest, Dr. M.S. Shankar sir, Chartered Accountant and Insolvency Professional, former Financial Advisor at Directorate of Collegiate Education. Sir has completed BSc Mathematics in Madurai Kamaraj University, Madurai. Sir has also completed PGDM Financial Management in Anna Institute of Management, Chennai. Sir holds a PhD degree in Finance Cash Flow in Bharathidasan University, Tiruchirappalli. Sir also professionally qualified in FCA, FCS, LIE, Insolvency Resolution Professional. Also, Sir is a qualified independent director and Sir holds certificate course on bank audit ICAI. Sir is a recognized member of the professional institutes like Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Institute of Company Secretaries of India, Indian Institute of Insolvency Professionals of ICAI, empaneled with Independent Directors Data Bank, and Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs and Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Sir is currently practicing Chartered Accountant. Sir is a proprietor in Messrs. M.S. Shankar & Co., Chartered Accountants, Chennai, since 2017. Sir also held position as Additional Director in Treasuries and Accounts Department, Government of Tamil Nadu. On other duty as Financial Advisor at Directorate of Collegiate Education, Chennai. Sir has a total experience of 27 years and 5 months at Government of Tamil Nadu in Treasuries and Accounts Department. Sir is retired on 2017. Sir has also have 5 years experience with Messrs. N. Krishnaswamy & Co., Chartered Accountants, Chennai. Sir has also have experience in various firms like RP Neon Towers Limited, IRP Srivari Alloys India Private Limited, IRP Automotive Coaches and Components Limited, IRP JRT Agromint Trading Private Limited, Financial Analysis of Cooperative Sugar Mills, Internal Audit of Madura Sugars Limited, Internal Audit of Tamil Nadu, GST audit and consultancy for all type of clients. Sir is also a visiting faculty in Institute of Financial Management in Bharathidasan University, Tiruchirappalli, Master of Business Administration in National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli, University of Madras, Department of Human Resource Management, Chennai, Anna Institute of Management, Chennai, SIRO of ICSI, Chennai, ICWAI, SIRC Chennai, Himalayan Institute of Management, Krishna Complex, Namakkal. Sir has also presented various articles and Sir has also attended various seminars from the year 2010 to 2021. Once again, I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the introduction. I now request Dr. M.S. Shankar to deliver the valedictory address. Welcome, sir.
Namaste, Vanakkam, good evening. செய்க பொருளை செருணர் செருக்கருக்கும் எஃகு அதனிற் கூறியது இல். Normally I start with one Tirukural. So, in absence here, Dr. Harish Mehta, Secretary Administration of this college. In absence here, Sri Jaswant Mohan, Secretary Academic and Finance. Dr. Sri Murugan, Principal in charge, Dr. M. Saktivel Murugan, Professor in charge. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. For the whole day, probably you would have heard about what post-COVID is. In fact, we all experienced the COVID. It all started somewhere in 2020 March. Unknowingly, rather, I was a bit lucky that I resided in my home at the time of declaration of lockdown. Just a few days before I was in Kathmandu. Had it been a lockdown while I was in Kathmandu, the difficulty would have been much, much more. You know the difficulty the people have really experienced to come back to their motherland, come back to their home, even when they are located elsewhere in this entire India, maybe Mumbai, maybe in Calcutta. So nothing was easy at that time. It was very difficult, though about 3 to 4 days time was given for us to come back. Can I continue in English? So it was a bit difficult time. So lot of people would have, even some of you here might have experienced such a problem. But all the problems gave better solutions to us. That is more important. Today this particular conference is being held in a hybrid form, both as well as in virtual as well as in physical. So this hybrid form of virtuality, virtual conferences, virtual meeting, it all came up only after COVID, during the COVID. In fact, during COVID, I have conducted 9 AGM in virtual mode. So, actually, AGM to be conducted only in a physical mode, and that should be only at the registered office where it is situated. So, whereas it has been totally relaxed, and people sitting anywhere in the world can attend the AGM, anywhere they can conduct the AGM. Such a relaxation was given, and even right now, it is being continued also. They have not withdrawn the provision, it is being continued. So, COVID has also given us a lot of plus points. So, those who do not are not able to operate the system were forced to do that. So people were telling that only my son will do it. I may not be able to do it. I will not ask my daughter to do it. Now they are forced to do for operations in their system. Everybody has a smartphone, and they have started attending the conference. They have started attending the classes through the smartphone. So that is also there. There are a lot of problems. Many of the industries were closed. As you rightly may ask, see, by virtual mode, can we produce some product? Definitely not. Definitely not. So such industry also faced huge problems, and that's why our economy went deep. Not only our economy, the entire economy of the world has gone down. We all know about it. And we are now slowly coming up, and India has picked up large. Even today, the Economic Times have carried that most fast picking up economy is India. Many of the MNCs are relying on India. Many of the world companies are relying on the India and Indian market. So though there was some problem in the COVID, though the purchasing power and other things have come down, there are a lot of other things, plus points that we have learned during the COVID. We have learned a lot of lessons. COVID 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever the wave that comes in, whatever the Omicron that comes in, we are able to survive. We have survived, and we have to live with it. We cannot say no to COVID. Let COVID also come along with us. It's a shadow. It may follow. What happened to us 100 years back when Spanish flu came? We were still surviving. The lockdown concept was introduced only 100 years back. We have done away with many of the law which were not used for a long time, but unfortunately we used the law which was given the lockdown during those periods. So such is the eye-opener when something comes. So don't worry about all those things. You had the total challenges. Probably morning sessions would have given you a lot of solutions, a lot of challenges that is being faced in the post-COVID era. How we are going to come up? How will we pick up the lost businesses? So 2 years, there was no college, there was no school, there was no social gathering, no wedding, nothing. Nothing was happening physically. Slowly we started meeting physically. We are able to come up, and our economy is also picking up. That is the main positive thing. The positive thing is the economy picking up. How it is picking up? Because we are all working hard. We are able to generate. See, during the COVID period, we learned many things. Many of the virtual media as well as the online platform, though we are averse of the online platform, we are forced to use the online platform. Slowly they opened up one by one, and until July 2020, not all things are opened. Only very few things. We are talking about the forefront people like medical, paramedical, and the corporation officials who are all working, but we have totally forgotten one sector which has really kept up the entire back of us, the spinal cord, the flow of the finance. The banking industry also worked throughout COVID, but unfortunately no recognition is given to them till today. Till today, there is no recognition for the banking sector, though the banking sector also faced huge losses. I know many of my friends died out of COVID by attending the office, whereas we were all sitting at home and conducting the virtual meetings. In fact, I conducted roughly around 200 meetings between March 2020 and December 2020. Most of the meetings were attended by the bankers from their own place, that is their own office, not from home. All attended the office. But unfortunately, we have not recognized them. No forum has so far recognized the banking industry or banking people for working during the time of COVID and serving us. All banks worked. All banks worked, but we have never recognized. As we recognized any other profession. All professions were recognized. All people were recognized. At least one from that industry was never done such thing. That's one small dark spot of the COVID. What we have done during COVID, this we have not done. We need to do, at least we should open our eyes. See the people. They have also done human job for us. Otherwise, the systematic flow of finance would not have happened to us. The cash flows were readily available. All ATMs were always full. Unless otherwise they work, how the cash will come to that ATM. We never thought of it. So that is an area where we need to do. Challenges are there. Only then we keep growing, growing, growing. See, if you go to a place, immediate challenge is how to occupy a seat. Whether a seat will be there or not for me. It's a new place. How do I speak? Which language I should speak? In which culture I have to behave? It's a cross culture, Now cross culture has come because of the cross border crossing. Employment has really opened up all places. So all challenges keeps coming. We need to overcome. We need to have the strategy for everything. So that is more important. So morning sessions are huge number of papers would have definitely given you a very strong idea about how to face the challenges. Facing challenge is one of the very important thing. It happens in everyday today life, irrespective of the position you occupy. Be a student, be a teacher, be a professional, be a doctor, be a banker, whatsoever it is. Every day is a challenge. We need to come across. We need to take it on a positive note and cross it over. Even crossing a road is very difficult, but we need to cross. Then only we can reach the place. So definitely take the challenges, see the challenge, don't worry about the whatever has happened. Number of industries were closed, no manufacturing was happening, huge losses, but still we are recovering. Slowly we are recovering. Almost all establishments paid salary. Even our own office, very minuscule office employing around 20 plus, but all staff were paid salary. Not even a single pie was cut during the COVID period. We managed everything. Even a small firm can do it. Definitely the bigger ones can definitely do it. Absolutely no problem about it. Everybody will do it. You had all continued your education during the COVID period. Your professors have taken classes during the COVID period. So everything kept on going. You were fed all the time whenever you wanted food. So the challenge is how to go out in the post-COVID period, how to face that, how to come out of the problem. The problems will always be there. Don't blame the COVID. COVID is one of the causes. Made us to sit for some time at home. That's all. It never made us not to work. It has made us to do more work. In fact, when work from home is given, many people thought that they'll be really enjoying. Now people are not ready to do work from home. If you go to office, maybe you work for 10 to 5 or 9 to 5, maximum 9 to 9, 12 hours. But when a work from home is given, it is not 12 hours, it is round the clock, 24 by 7 you are working. 24 by 7 you are working. So work from home may be a good concept as an employer, not a good concept as an employee. Maybe for some time you can enjoy. We have really enjoyed it. Everybody, including me, I have enjoyed it. Sitting at home, doing the work and raising a bill, taking the money. Fine. How about it? How long? Even at midnight, 2 o'clock, I was working, which I normally don't do when I go to my office. So work from home has given us some comfort, also has given us some difficulties. So that we have to take it, and now people are not ready to take up the work from home. They say, no, 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 we will all go back to the office. We will resume the normal work. There are challenges, definitely. See, production is low. Production has not picked up. Manufacturing activity has not picked up. Fine. But all these things has to take place. It need to run. We have to run. We have to pick up. Our speed should be double, because we have taken longer rest. 2 years of rest, almost 2 years. 2022 even. Up to January we were in lockdown. Why? Even up to May we are here and there. So we now completely open. We are completely open. We are not afraid. The cases have really come down. We started going everywhere. We started doing all the work. So we need to pick up the pace, not to shy out of the work. Do it more. You get very good reward for that. That is more important. The challenges are very, very high. So many of the companies are facing this problem. Nowadays, they want a resolution for each and everything. So need to do some more work, give them guidance, lot of opportunity in giving counseling even to the company. Even companies also face problem. We need to counsel the company, tell them this is the way that you need to take up to the forefront. So challenges will be there. It is better to take the challenge and deliver our best that is possible. Thank you very much for giving it the opportunity. I think the end of the day, you will all be very glad to complete it at the earliest. Thank you, thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Your thoughts and insights have been wonderful and helpful for the audience, and I'm sure that we'll take the challenges up in the future. And now I request Dr. C. Murugesan to present a shawl to the chief guest. I now request Professor in charge, Shaktivel Murugan sir, to present a memento to our chief guest. Now I request Dr. A. Narmada ma'am to present the report.
Respected dignitaries, the invitees, the delegates of the conference, and my dear colleagues, I have made a sincere effort to consolidate the gist of the presentation and interactions of today's International Business Research Conference on Corporate Business Strategy Post-COVID-19, organized by School of Commerce and Department of Management Studies in association with IQSC of DB Jain College, Chennai. The inaugural session, Dr. C. Murugesan, Principal in Charge, welcomed the delegates, and the IQSC Coordinator, Dr. B. Jagadishan, introduced the chief guest, Dr. A. Sitaraman, Professor, Dean, Academic Affairs, SP Jain College of Global Management, Singapore, and the chief guest of the keynote address, Dr. Sivakumar Venkadaramani, Professor of International Business, the Dutch College of Business and Economics, Ashland University, USA, who highlighted the issues faced by the industries across the global during the lockdown period. Dr. S. Balaji, Additional Controller of Examination and Assistant IQSC Coordinator of DB Jain College, proposed vote of thanks. I am very happy to place on record the overwhelming response from the participants on the topic Corporate Business Strategies Post-COVID-19. In the total, we have received abstract from 75 delegates on various topics. Finally, 67 full papers were received and published in the e-journal. My heartfelt thanks to all the delegates. The delegates are not only from India but also from the various countries like Singapore, USA and Abu Dhabi, etc. After the inauguration, the paper presentation session was started. It was headed by Dr. A.V.S. Ramkumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Ramakrishna Mission, Vivekananda College, Chennai. Dr. S. Ganapati, Assistant Professor, Department of Corporate Secretaryship, SA College of Arts and Science, Chennai. Dr. S. Sasikala, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science, Institute of Distance Education, University of Madras, Chennai. The totally 25 presenters who shared their thoughts, ideas on various corporate strategies of the business post-COVID-19. The sessions went very lively. To conclude, the conference was indeed a memorable event, and I sincerely acknowledge the hard work and effort of the organizing committee. I also take this opportunity to thank all the delegates of the conference for their effort and support in making this conference a memorable and grand success. My sincere gratitude goes to our students who, by their presence and hard work, made this event a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request our esteemed chief guest, Dr. C.A.M.S. Shankar, to distribute the certificates for the Best Paper Award. The Best Paper Award for the Technical Session 2 and 3. The first place goes to T. Ramala Singh and A. Gayatri. And the second place goes to Sandeep A. So he has presented the paper through online mode. And the third place goes to Yusara Saukat Bakshi. So the third place, the paper presentation happened through the online mode. So now I call upon Nirmala Mohan from Madras Christian College to collect your certificate. I request Nirmala Mohan from Madras Christian College. Okay. So followed by that, we have the technical session 4 winners. So M. Karthik, may I now request M. Karthik to kindly collect your certificate.
Thank you. I request the dignitaries to take a seat. The stage is open for feedbacks. Do we have anyone for the feedbacks?
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, all present here. Today, there was such an informative session. The conference was really well. And while presenting the paper, I get to know more about my topic. It was such a learning for me. Thanks for the opportunity, sir. Thanks for all the participants. Thank you, sir. Sorry, sir. Myself, Esther, research scholar from Madras Christian College. Sorry, I forgot to introduce.
Thank you, Esther, for your feedback. Do we have anybody else for the feedback? I request the audience to maintain silence.
Good evening to one and all. I am Kishore Kumar from MBA in M&M Jain Engineering College. A wonderful day we are here to this conference and we get more knowledge about GDP level and pandemic period cashless economics. And afternoon sessions are good for know about the research papers. And overall we had an excellent opportunity to learn the sessions. Thank you for everyone for the golden opportunity.
I'm Keetika from.
Now we have Professor M. Karthik to give the feedback.
Good evening to one and all present here. It's my pleasure to be part of this international conference in a very short period of time. International conference was well organized and very focused event on the topic. Conference was very useful for the academicians, research scholars, to the students, participants from various city colleges across India and abroad. I am highly impressed with the level of support from the organizing committee, reception committee, hospitality committee, and the technicians and non-teaching staffs. I really enjoyed the day today. I expect more events in the upcoming years. Thank you to one and all present here.
Thank you for your valuable feedback, sir. I now request Dr. A. Muruganandam, Assistant Professor, Department of Corporate Secretaryship, to give the feedback.
Good evening, everyone. After this COVID, it's a very good experience for me. It's a new experience for me. Both offline as well as online goes on hand by hand. I closely watched the session 1. That refreshed me a lot. That is a new experience for me. I thank everyone who behind this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Now we have Kritika from M&M Jain College to give the feedback.
So I'm Keetika from M&M JN College during my MBA. Thanks for giving us an opportunity to listen to etiquette professors explaining us about the various aspects and diagrams of research, the current business deputy existing in the world post-pandemic, various strategies and analysis of economic scenario, and various technology and financial, and how it creates new and improved financial services. And we had an opportunity to know the fintech unicorns in India and their benefits, various ways of using machine learning, the role of plastic money, and a lot of dormant trends existing in our field. On the whole, we had an very insightful and informative session. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for your feedback. Gratitude means to recognize the good in life. Now we have Mrs. J. Benita Selvakumari, Associate Professor and Head of the Department of English, to deliver the oath of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. Gratitude is the inward feeling of kindness received. Thankfulness is the nature impulse to express that feeling. Be thankful for everything that happens in our life. It's all an experience. First, I thank the management, President Shri R. Dayasan Savanchuga, Secretary, Admin Dr. Harish L. Mehta, Shri Jashwant Minot, Secretary, Academic and Finance, for their excellent support to conduct this International Business Research Conference, Corporate Business Strategies Post-COVID-19. It's my privilege to acknowledge the contribution of those who worked really hard to make this conference happen on this day. I thank our principal, Dr. C. Murugesan, and Professor in charge, Dr. M. Shaktivel Murugan sir, for making today's event a resounding success. My gratitude to all the speakers for gracing the occasion and sharing their opinions today. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and have shown us a new path. It is the biggest day in the history of DB Jain after the pandemic. I thank all the speakers, Dr. A. Sitaraman, Dean Academic and Professor, SP Jain School of Global Management, Singapore, Dr. Shivakumar Venkataramani, Professor of International Business, Dutch College of Business and Economics, USA, Dr. Damodaran Varadarajan, Department Chair Business, Abu Dhabi, Dr. Aisha Begum, Associate Professor, Department of Business Studies, Higher College of Technology, Sultanate of Oman, Mrs. C. Kala, Assistant Professor, Department of Business Administration, St. Thomas College of Arts and Science, Chennai, Dr. Gayatri, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Justice Bashir Ahmed Syed College for Women, Chennai, Mr. Tilak Raj Rajaram, Principal Engineer, Motorola Solutions, USA, Mr. Clayton George Paul, Cognizant Technology Solutions, Chennai, Dr. Ramasundaram, Professor, PhD, College of Technology, Coimbatore, Dr. AVS Ramkumar, Assistant Professor, Ramakrishna Mission, Vivekananda College, Chennai, Dr. S. Ganapathy, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Corporate Secretaryship, SA College of Arts and Science, Chennai, Dr. S. Sasikala, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science, University of Madras, Chennai, Dr. C.A. M. S. Shankar, Chartered Accountant and Insolvency Professional, former Financial Advisor at Directorate of Collegiate Education, Chennai. All the speakers have actively participated through online and offline mode, who has come from long distance across the globe and who gave their vital time from their busy schedule to grace this International Business Research Conference. We have been fortunate to have all of those as our eminent persona from industry, academic and utility work. I am pretty sure that the participants and presenters were benefited. I thank all the conference advisory committee members, conference conveners, Dr. R. Lavanya, Head of the Department of Corporate Secretaryship, Dr. A. Narmada, Head of the Department of Management Studies, Dr. M. Elilarasi, Head of the Department of Accounting Finance, because of whom we made this meeting possible. I also want to thank our college conference organizing secretaries, Dr. S. Balaji, IQAC Coordinator, Dr. B. Jagadisan, IQAC Coordinator, Professor V. Karunagaran, IQAC Associate Coordinator, Dr. K. Rajasekharan, ERP Coordinator and Head of the Department of Computer Applications, who all dedicated and well-motivated team of our college and who are aware of their task and are very concerned about their results. Let us be grateful to the people who make us happy, and they are charming gardeners who make our souls to blossom. I would like to give my vote of thanking for those who have presented and participated and made this conference success. On behalf of the entire institution, We, the DB Jainites, thank the HODs, faculty, non-teaching staff, technical staff, students, volunteers for their support and complete preparation. Thank the other department faculties for being patient. In this short time, you have made such best arrangements. Thank you wholeheartedly. Thanks again for making this international conference a success. A big thank you. Sorry, I have forgot to thank the entire Viscom department. They have done a good job. Thanks to the Viscom department also.
Thank you, ma'am. Like all good things come to an end, we have reached the end of our session. Let us close the day with the national anthem. I request all of you to raise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे